Alright guys, so here's the test hand portion of the video, so sorry to keep you guys waiting. But anyway, so yeah, as you guys could know that Branded Chimera is a fusion-based deck, and it's got a lot of interesting combos, so for those who stuck around, thank you guys for your support. But anyway, yeah, I just want to show you guys at least one little test hand, you know, just to show you guys like what the deck can actually do for those who are looking to pick up the strategy. And yeah, let's go and get started. So give me 1 second to get this nice good shuffle and cut. All right, so let's see what our opening hand looks like. Okay, Ash Blossom, not bad for disruption. Oh, and impermanence too, so that's pretty good too. Okay, perfect. We got one of our main starters. So as long as we see this or Cornfield Codal, we're set. We literally got full combo. Ooh, super poly. So if we were to end up going second, this is literally one of the best board breakers right now. And last but not least, one Branded Fusion. So yeah, this hand's already cracked. So, but if we were going first, you know, like we pretty much already have everything that we need. So I'll go and just run out Mirror Sword Knight, use Sword Knight effect to tag out into a any monster that lists Chimera Fusion in its text. Your prime target is always going to be Big Wing Berthomet, as I mentioned before. The only times you go into Gazelle unless is if you already have Big Wing Berthomet already in your opening hand, as well as a Chimera Fusion. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, generally you always want to get Big Wing Berthomet. So we're going to use the effect and search out both a Gazelle and a Chimera Fusion, since it does allow us to search out both at the same time. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, of course, you are susceptible to Joel and Lockbird with this combo, but at the same time, like, that's okay, because like you can just like go into the Berthomet Fusion monster and still, you know, Foolish Barrel the cards you need, because like Joel only locks you from adding from your deck to your hand, and since, you know, our main fusion monsters count as Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, this literally brings itself back to hand. But anyway, moving on, we are going to go ahead and activate the Chimera Fusion. We're going to use the Big Wing Berthomet and the Gazelle, and then I'm going to start by bringing out my Chimera the King of Phantom Beasts, which again counts as Flying Mythical Beast as well. So our chain links is going to be chain link 1 Chimera, chain link 2 Gazelle, and chain link 3 Big Wing Berthomet. We're actually going to go ahead and target the Mirror Sword Knight. We'll special summon him, put him in attack mode. And off of the Gazelle, we can search out any illusion monster that we want. I think for this play, I kind of want to go ahead and go for the Cornfield Codal, just so I can at least have backup play, like basically follow up. And then finally, off the at the end phase, Chimera will well, at the end of the turn, Chimera will automatically rip a card out of our opponent's hand, which is pretty neat because like sometimes you can get rid of their main combo pieces, and it doesn't destroy, just send. So a good way to, you know, avoid the interaction with Fire Kings. But anyway, moving on here, I am going to go ahead and activate the Cornfield Codal from hand, just pitch it from my hand. That way, at least I have something available for later. We will go and grab Master Tau. Sorry, no, actually, I can't do that. Can't bring out Master Tau. I can only search out a monster that lists Chimera Fusion. So, backtracking that, we'll just get another copy of Sword Knight. Here we go. Next, we're going to go and use the effect of our Chimera Fusion. We're actually going to go and add Chimera Fusion back to our hand, since we do control a Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast. But before we do anything else with it, I'm actually going to go ahead and activate Branded Fusion. Great way to, you know, force out an Ash Blossom. But, you know, like if your opponent doesn't Ash, then you're pretty much off to the races. So obviously we got to fusion summon a monster using Fallen of Albaz. So we'll use Fallen of Albaz, and I think we will go ahead and send, I can basically send just about anything I want, really. So what do I got in my opening hand? I still got the Sword Knight. I don't really want to get rid of that. Let me check something right quick, guys. Sorry about this. Just want to make sure the attribute is correct that I want to bring out. Unfortunately, that does not work. That's okay. We'll just send out another Sword Knight, you know, just because I do need a light monster. And then off of that, we'll just bring out the Albion. We'll use Albion effect. We'll banish itself plus the Fallen of Albaz. And then we can bring out our Mirror Jade, which is still like one of the best disruptors that we got in this deck. Yeah, I could have made the the Renbrum would have worked just as good, honestly. But I think Mirror Jade will do just fine because, again, if this card is destroyed and leaves the field, we get to nuke our opponent's board, or mainly their monster. So, yeah, I think Mirror Jade is the right call on this one. Plus, if during their turn, if I send off Garura, at least I have a way to, just draw another card. Or if they have something else I can Super Poly into, that will work too. But anyway, moving on now, we're going to go and activate the Chimera Fusion. This time we're going to go ahead and use the Chimera and the Sword Knight that's presently in my hand. And then we're going to bring out the Baphomet Fusion. Now, the reason behind this is simply because, like, this Chimera will still resolve. And also, we can trigger this card's effect by Foolish Burying any Fiend, Beast, or Illusion monster. In which case, we're going to send off a Fiend, more specifically, the end of Anubis. And now my board is pretty much set here. Last but not least, we will go ahead and set 2 cards face down. And then we'll end our turn. In which case, these are the Super Poly and the Imperm. And then during our opponent's turn, after we pass, we can use Chimera's effect from the grave, since it only works during their turn. We'll banish it, and it will target the end of Anubis, special summon it. And now your opponent cannot target anything in the graveyard using monster, spell, or trap card effects, and any effect that activates in the graveyard is negated instead. And this is pretty cool because, like, since we still have a monster that still lists Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, we do have the Mirror Sword Knight, which we can technically banish for a disruptor, or we can use the effect to tag out, go into another Big Wing Baphomet, and search out another Chimera Fusion. But either way, your opponent is gonna have to get around this to even do anything about that. So, yeah. Now, of course, keep in mind this does technically hurt us too, because, like, yeah, our effects also activate in the graveyard, or at least some of them do. But yeah, it's still pretty good. Like, they're 2 big bodies, which is really nice. We still got Super Poly as, Disruption. And, of course, we also got the Ash Blossom. And if last but not least, we still got Infinite Impermanence. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess technically 5. And, again, we do have another card that basically interacts, too. So, like, we do the Sword Knight play, get the Big Wing Baphomet. We actually do get access to discard file, being the Chimera Fusion. So there's a lot of possibilities. So anyway, that's just a general rundown of how this deck works. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys again next time.